Hello everyone, myself Dr. Himani Patel. Welcome to our Sri Swaminarayan Physiotherapy College YouTube channel. Today I am going to discuss about group therapy. Before switch towards our topic, to get latest updates, press the bell icon, like and subscribe our YouTube channel. Let's start with our topic. Group exercise. Group therapy is a form of therapy in which one or more therapists treat a small group of clients together as a group. Provides the opportunity for the patient to build up his endurance and increases the speed of his performance, give him confidence in his own abilities. Group exercise comprised of 6 to 8 people having common disability. Because of the common group, exercise should be taught simultaneously. Then time is being allotted for free exercise. Patient perform exercise according to his own capacity, being helped, resisted, encouraged and corrected by the therapist according to individual need. Now, difference between group exercise and mass exercise. So in group exercise, basically small numbers of patients not exceeding 6 or 8 will follow formal command. In mass exercise, large number of people will follow formal command. In group exercise, correction can be given. In mass exercise, there is no correction given. In group exercise, assistance can be given. In mass exercise, there is no assistance given. Now teaching and exercise. So basically there are 4 stages in teaching and exercises. First, starting position. This should be clearly chosen for each exercises, bearing in mind what the therapist is trying to achieve. Second, the exercise to be performed. This can be taught by words and demonstration. Third, help, advice and encouragement. The therapist should pick out the more widespread mistakes and correct them positively by encouragement and help the patient as the exercise is in a progress. Fourth, the last part, which is the termination part. When further continuation of the exercise result in reduced performance, it is better to terminate that session of group exercise. Now, advantages and disadvantages of group exercise. So first, advantages of group exercise. So in these, the patients learn to take responsibility for his own exercise, so he is helped to do home practice. Then competitive element is useful in increasing a person's performance. A variety of exercise is also possible. Group exercise can be of fun if properly organized. Helps the individual not to feel isolated if they meet people with similar problems. Provides a good opportunity for the physiotherapist to educate and inform the group about their condition. Specialized groups such as an ankylosing spondylitis or cardiac rehabilitation groups provide social support. Patient treated individually for too long of time becomes dependent and they rely on the presence and assistance of the physiotherapist and feel that these are essential. So in group, the amount of attention given to the individual patient decreases and patients become independent slowly. So these are advantages. The patients learn to work with others. Help is at hand if the patient needs. Patient learns to take his place with the other members of the community. The patient is given confidence in his ability to hold his own self with others when the group performs same exercises. Patients are helped to forget their disabilities temporarily by objective and game-like activities, which are only possible in group treatment. This helps to promote natural movements, general activity and cheerful outlook. In small groups, careful supervision can be given and help is at hand instantly if required. Now, disadvantages of group treatment. First, misunderstanding of the system. Then, inadequate explanation to the patient. Lack of or inefficient gradings of group. Overcrowding of group. Poor technique or instruction on the part of physiotherapist. There may be a temptation to put inappropriate individual in the group to save time and relieve overburden of staff. It is difficult to monitor all the people all the time. It may be difficult to carry out progression all the members of the group appropriately. The competitive element may be dangerous sometimes. Some people do not respond well in group situation. They may be embarrassed, afraid to ask advices. Now, organization of group exercise. So, how to organize a particular group? It is the key tone of success is to give the patient the right exercise at the right time and in the right way. So, first, selection of patients. So, in these, basically any patient who is capable of and is expected to do home exercise can be taken into this suitable group once the basic instructions are given and understood by the patient. Now, gradings of group. The patient is kept into the group in which exercise performed are suitable to his capacity. As the capacity of the patient increases, he is progressed to the another group from that group. Groups are formed according to the location and nature of the disability, the age group and gender of the patients. Group are grading according to the nature and strength of the exercise performed. For example, a convenient method of grading leg exercise for men is as follows. So here 4 examples are given. First, leg C. In these traumatic injuries for non-weight bearing exercises. Then leg B, traumatic injuries for partial weight bearing exercise. Leg 3, in traumatic injuries for full weight bearing exercises and activities leading to final rehabilitation. The members of this group are mostly young men who could expect to full achieve rehabilitation. Then final, leg X, that is non-traumatic condition for non-weight bearing exercises. So the majority of members of this group are elderly and therefore they require exercise at the slower rhythm. The number of patients in group. So basically the numbers of patients who can be successfully treated in a group depends to some extent on the first, nature of disability. Second, how much help or resistance is required. Third, ability to the patient to see and give attention to the patient. Now, to transfer the patient into the group, following points should be taken into the consideration. First, the patient should be able to concentrate, work with others, comprehend and obey the command. Second, if the patient is physically fit enough to work in the group, that means he should carry out exercise for a period not less than 20 minutes. Third, can patient perform all exercise of the group he is to attend? Means patient for the straight leg group must be fully capable doing good quadriceps contractions. Fourth, patient should be able to work on his own without close supervision. Fifth, the therapist should know what sort of exercises and what equipment is used in each of the different groups. Sixth, the patient should be independent to get ready for and dressed after group exercise. This means he can be able to undress and dress the essential areas with the maintaining balance. Seventh, as the group involves the use of floors, stools and fixed apparatus, the patient must be capable of or reaching all of this. Eighth, patient should be punctual for timing of arrival. Ninth, will the patient included in the group be benefited psychologically? For example, the enthusiasm of younger patients can encourage shy, older and less able patients. Equally, young patients making slow progress can be encouraged by an older patient. Thank you.